What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to resetting the NFL to 2005 and re-simulating history. That is right, we are back with part number 2 of this little mini series. And if you missed part 1, there was some crazy stuff that happened. The Chicago Bears have won back-to-back Super Bowls, and I'm not sure if that's because I'm controlling their team just by I'm on Lovie Smith. I'm on the Bears as the team that I'm following. This just happened to be the team that I picked because it was just the first team on there, so I picked the Bears. But I don't know if that's because of me that they're doing so well. So in this video, I'm gonna be going and being a different team in this season, and then we're gonna find out if that's true, if the team that you're on does a little bit better. So we're going to be finding that out, a little bit of a science experiment in this video, but we are going to be simulating 5 more years into the future and seeing what kind of crazy stuff happens in this alternate timeline where the NFL went back to 2005 and then simulated back up to 2021. So if you guys are excited and you've liked part 1, like part 2 as well, because you know you want to, join the Juice Club as well. Let's get into simulating history. All right, here we are, picking up where we left off at the NFL draft. This is the 2010 NFL draft. We just finished the 2009 season. This is the 2010 draft. Sam Bradford is here, and Ndamukong Suh, Gerald McCoy, Trent Williams, Eric Berry, Russell Okung, Joe Hayden as well, your top guys. Earl Thomas was down there as well. We will be on the Bears just to finish the draft because the Bears are the only team that I can skip ahead in the draft. So we're going to be the Bears just until the new season starts. Then we'll pick a different team. So the New Orleans Saints have the #1 pick in the 2010 draft. Will they take Sam Bradford? Let's find out. Advance to the next pick. Sam Bradford still goes #1 overall, even though it's an alternate universe. How crazy can things get? All right, now it won't let me skip, so I think I put the commissioner. Yeah, I did. I put the commissioner on Jeff Fisher. Now I can skip. Okay, so it must have just needed to refresh 1 pick. So now we're gonna follow the Titans through this. Who's gonna be pick number 2?
The Cowboys are
Eric Berry goes pick number 2 to the Steelers. The Cowboys select Ndamukong Suh.
the Packers are
Trent Williams heads to the Chargers. The Packers get Gerald McCoy. The Seahawks get Joe Hayden. Russell Okung goes to the Lions. Anthony Davis to the Chiefs. Jason Pierre-Paul to the Colts. Brandon Graham to the Titans. Mike Upati to the Raiders. Earl Thomas to the Cardinals. Tyson Alualu to the Rams. Sean Witherspoon Dolphins. Kareem Jackson Ravens. Brian Bulaga football team. Derek Morgan Jets. CJ Spiller Vikings. Dan Williams Buccaneers.
the Texans.
Devin McCourty, ooh, Devin McCourty not headed to New England. In this world, he's headed to arch rival Buffalo.
The Jaguars
Big
are
inner, oh baby, Tim Tebow. The Tebow time is upon us. With the 21st pick in the draft, the Houston Texans push all the chips on the table. They throw out all the books on Tim Tebow and they say, I want that man. The Houston Texans are all in on Timmy Boy. He goes with the 21st pick. That's a crazy pick. Marquise Pouncey to the Jaguars. Jermaine Gresham to the Eagles. Patrick Robinson, Niners. Demaryius Thomas, Giants. Ryan Matthews, Browns. Jerry Hughes, Broncos. Kyle Wilson, Panthers. Des Bryant, Bengals. Nate Allen, Falcons. Brian Price, Patriots. And Dexter McCluster is for the Bears. That is the end of the first round. Now, like always, we skip to the end of the draft and we recap the rest of the round, so I will see you guys there. So starting out in the second round, the Saints took Rolando McClain, Chris Cook to the Steelers, Gronkowski to the Cowboys. So Ndamukong Suh and Rob Gronkowski are headed to Dallas. That's crazy. Lamar Houston, Jared Odrick, Linval Joseph to the Lions. Carlos Dunlap to the Rams, TJ Ward to the Dolphins, Sean Lee Ravens. Who else is there? Golden Tate to the Vikings. The Texans follow up the Tim Tebow pick by taking Ben Tate, so a nice 1-2 punch back there in the backfield. Toby Gerhart to the Eagles. And the second round rounds up with Morgan Burnett. So onto the third round, John Jerry to the Saints. Jimmy Clausen gets taken by Dallas. Major Wright to the Chargers. Emmanuel Sanders, Seahawks. Colt McCoy, Colts. That's funny. Andre Roberts to the Cardinals. Jimmy Graham, Ravens. Navarro Bowman, Jets. Everson Griffin, Bucks. Who else is down here? Brandon LaFell, Panthers, which is where he really got drafted, right? I'm pretty sure that's where he really got drafted. I can't remember. Dennis Pitta to the Bengals. Joe Hawley to the Bears. On the 4th round, Geno Atkins to the Saints. Then we got O'Brien Schofield to the Titans. Cam Chancellor to the Raiders. Who else we got? Al Woods to the Jets. We got Rashad Jones to the Browns. That's a crazy one. In the 5th round, we've got Eric Olson to the Chiefs. We're starting to get into the no man's territory, but the Rams may have gotten the steal of the draft. Antonio Brown is headed to LA. Eric Decker, the next pick to the Dolphins. Michael Humanawanu is to the football team. Ted Larson to the Bills. What a crazy pick by the Rams there. Who knew they'd get one of the best players in the draft? Dakota Watson to the Panthers. Jamarcus Webb to the Patriots. Into the 6th round, we've got Aaron Hernandez to the Chargers. Aaron Hernandez is headed to the Chargers. He got drafted. We've also got Rusty Smith to the Bucks. I feel like that's where he really played for a little bit. That feels right. And then we got anybody else of note. We're into the 7th round. Greg Hardy does get drafted to the Chargers. Who else is getting drafted here? Kyle Bosworth. Anybody else of note? Doesn't look like it. Clifton Gathers is headed to New England. Taylor Price to the Bears. And that is all the rounds. I still can't believe that the Texans took Tim Tebow in the 1st round. That's crazy. But I will see you guys in week number 1 of the 2010 regular season. All right, we are in week 1 of the 2010 season. Let's take a look at what the Titans are working with and what the teams around the league are working with. Peyton Manning is here. Jordan Gross, Steve Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Jonathan Stewart. They got a decent team, not the greatest. The Vikings. Who are some of the highest rated? There's no 99 overall in the NFL this year. 3 Patriots, though, are 93 and above. Tom Brady, Richard Seymour, and then Asante Samuel. The Patriots could be back to the Super Bowl again. Ed Reed on the Bengals, Tony Gonzalez on the Bears, Michael Vick on the Eagles, Drew Brees on the Jaguars, Randy Moss on the Bears, Antonio Gates on the Seahawks. Okay, so we got some pretty crazy players on some pretty crazy teams. Let's go simulate the season and see what happened. All right, we are at the end of the season. We're in the playoffs for the 2010 season. The Titans did not make it, but here are your playoff participants for the 2010 season. The New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles are your 1 seeds for this year, with the 2 seeds, the Texans, Chargers, Bengals, Jets, Jags, and Colts in the AFC. Over on the NFC side, the Lions, the Niners, Bucks, Cowboys, Packers, and Bears all are your playoff teams for this year. Let's simulate into the next week and see what happens. Who is taking week number 1? Who's taking wild card weekend and moving on to the division? We have Colts upsetting the 2-seeded Texans. That is a huge one. Tim Tebow could not get it done. I don't actually know if Tim Tebow's starting or not. The Jaguars upset the Chargers, and the Bengals narrowly get by the Jets. So it'll be a Patriots, Colts, Bengals, Jags AFC divisional round. Over on the NFC side, the Bears beat the Lions, the Packers beat the Niners, and the Cowboys beat the Bucks. So all the lower seeds win in the wild card for the NFC. So it'll be an Eagles, Bears, Cowboys, Packers divisional round in the NFC side. Can it be a Patriots, Bears three-peat? I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully the Patriots make it, but hopefully the Bears don't make it because they're pretty good. Let's simulate to the AFC, NFC championships. Who's going to go to Championship Sunday or Saturday and play for a chance to go to the Super Bowl? We have the Patriots getting upset by the Colts. The 7 seed is a Cinderella story this year. We've had a couple of those in this simulation. And the Jaguars upset the Bengals. So we have a 6 versus a 7 in the AFC Championship and a 5 versus a 7 in the NFC side. The Bears upset the Eagles big, and the Cowboys beat the Packers. So it'll be a Cowboys, Bears, Jags, Colts Championship Sunday with a chance to go to Super Bowl weekend. Who is going to go there? First, we got to check out the Pro Bowl. So let's force advance to the Pro Bowl. Who is going to be a Pro Bowler this year? I have no idea, but it will be a Bears-Jaguars Super Bowl. The Bears make it back for the 3rd straight year to defend their championship. Who's going to stop him? I have no idea. So Tom Brady is in the AFC still because he's still on the Patriots. Him and Phillip Rivers are your QB1s for the Pro Bowl. Then you got Kevin Kolb and Joe Flacco, who shouldn't even be here. And Mark Sanchez and Eli Manning. Then you got CJ2K, I would assume that is. And LaShawn McCoy here. We got Deshaun Jackson, Julian Edelman's there. Golden Tate, Steve Smith, Rob Gronkowski in his first year is tight end #1 in the Pro Bowl. Good for Rob Gronkowski. Then you got Joe Thomas, you got Matt Light, Logan Mankins, Steve Hutchinson, Dan Koppen, Olen Kleutz, LaCharles Bentley, Evan Mathis, Ben Grubbs. Who else is down here? Richard Seymour makes it. Vince Wilfork and Ndamukong Suh in his rookie season. You got Gerard Mayo, Brian Cushing, Sean Lee in his first season. Joe Hayden in his first season. A lot of rookies making the Pro Bowl this year. Malcolm Jenkins, Sebastian Janikowski. So pretty interesting Pro Bowl here. Let's simulate to the Super Bowl. Are the Bears gonna three-peat? Will the Bears three-peat? No team has done a three-peat in a long time. Jaguars, Bears, a 6 versus a 7 in the Super Bowl. Let's see what happens, everybody. Are the Bears gonna three-peat? The Bears, they do it. The Chicago Bears, the Bears are 3-time Super Bowl champions in the simulation. Unbelievable. We'll check out the awards in a second, but here you have it. We had, let's recap the simulation. So we had the Cowboys won the first one. Then we had the Eagles win the second one. The third one was won by the 49ers. Then we had an era of dominance with the Chicago Bears. Brian Urlacher and Jamarcus Russell. And now Charles Peanut Tillman are your 3 Super Bowl MVPs for the Bears. Unbelievable, Chicago. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's check out some stats around the league and then the awards. Tom Brady led everybody with 4,900 passing yards, 49 touchdowns, 7 picks. That's got to be MVP numbers. Well, it is MVP numbers because we saw in the season recap that he won MVP. So those are definitely some MVP numbers. Phillip Rivers came in second with 4,700 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Peyton Manning on the Titans, 4,600 yards, 30 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Then Mark Sanchez, Alex Smith, Kevin Kolb, Sam Bradford. Moving on to rushing, Chris Johnson, CJ2K, had 1,200 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Amon Green, who's been pretty impressive in this simulation, has 11 touchdowns on 1,200 rushing yards. Rashad Mendenhall, Adrian Peterson with 12 touchdowns. Who led touchdowns? Was it Peterson? No, it was James Starks with 14, and then Peterson came in second with Donald Brown. Receiving, James Jones, the second time in this simulation, he's led the league in receiving yards with 1,410 touchdowns. Julian Edelman on the Chargers with 1,400 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. David Terrell and Ben Watson. Brady's sharing the wealth there with the Patriots. Deshaun Jackson's here. Rob Gronkowski in his rookie season, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Pretty impressive here. Brian Hartline even got 1,000 yards. Very, very impressive. Tackle leaders was Darrell Washington with 178 tackles. That's absolutely crazy. Gerard Mayo, 155. Rolando McClain, 151. We had sack leader Richard Seymour, 15 sacks on the season. Lance Briggs had 12.5. Brian Arakpo with 11. So the Texans seem to be pretty good. They had a pretty high sack leader with Brian Arakpo. Darius Butler, 7 interceptions is the lead for the season. 6 for Tillman, Horton, and Rolando McClain. So Rolando McClain was everywhere in his rookie year. Crazy. Then we had kicking. Who had the best percentage? It was Sean Sweesham. I forgot about this man. I love saying his name, Sean Sweesham. 16 for 16, kicked a 53-yarder. The longest was Nick Folk with a 55. Where is Seabass at? Only a 53-yarder for Seabass this year. Not the best, but it is what it is. Punting, kick returns. We did have a touchdown. Marco Mitchell got a kick return touchdown. Good for him. And no punt return touchdowns. Let me check quickly the Houston Texans, see if Tim Tebow did play. No, he was behind Eli Manning, but he got a little bit of time on the field. He didn't start though. Eli Manning is the starter. Checking out the awards for the year. Tom Brady wins MVP with a 14-2 record as the Patriots lose in the divisional round. Coach of the Year is Herm Edwards. AFC Brady's Offensive Player of the Year. Gerard Mayo's Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year is Joe Webb. Brandon Spikes Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tom Brady is Best Quarterback. I was still laughing at that Joe Webb Rookie of the Year. Donald Brown is Best Running Back. James Jones Wide Receiver. Logan Mankins Offensive Line. Defensive Line Richard Seymour. Gerard Mayo Best Linebacker. Darius Butler DB. Seabass Best Kicker. On the NFC side, Rivers is your Offensive Player of the Year. Rolando McClain Defense. Sam Bradford Rookie. Rolando McClain Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Saints cleaned up on the rookies this year. Best QB is Rivers. Amon Green Running Back. Dwayne Bowe Wide Receiver. Brian Waters All Offensive Lineman. Cedric Ellis Defensive Lineman. Ron McClain Best Linebacker. He may turn out to be something here. Best DB Peanut Tillman and Phil Dawson Best Kicker. Those are your awards and your stats for the season. Let's simulate to the draft and get things cooking with this 2011 draft class. You know who's in it. It's Von Miller. It's all the guys that you love. Let's get to it. We are here at the NFL Draft, the 2011 NFL Draft. Let's start drafting, get this thing underway. The Buffalo Bills have the first pick. Obviously, we got guys like Cam Newton, Von Miller, Marcel Darius, AJ Green, Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones, Aldon Smith, Tyron Smith, J.J. Watts in this class, Robert Quinn. Who's going to go number 1 overall? Sam Bradford went number 1 overall last year. Will Cam Newton go number 1 to the Buffalo Bills? Yes, he will. So history repeats itself for the second straight year. The number 1 overall pick is the one that happened in real life, Cam Newton. It's not the same team, but it is the same player. Cam Newton goes number 1 overall. The Raiders take Pat Pete with the second pick. Von Miller, the third pick to the Saints. Marcel Darius to the Browns. So the Saints have a possibility of having the back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year and back-to-back Defensive Rookie of the Year and back-to-back Best Linebacker. The Saints got something brewing there down in New Orleans. Marcel Darius to the Browns. Aldon Smith to the Steelers. Blaine Gabbert to the Cardinals. J.J. Watt to the Rams, teaming up with Antonio Brown. Tyron Smith to the Titans. Robert Quinn to the Ravens. Ryan Kerrigan Chiefs. Jake Locker Panthers. Mike Pouncey Seahawks. Nate Solder Vikings. Julio Jones to the football team. Prince Amukamara to the Falcons. Anthony Costanzo Dolphins. Cameron Jordan Broncos. Christian Ponder to the Giants. Nick Fairley to the Niners. Jimmy Smith Buccaneers. AJ Green Chargers. Adrian Claiborne Lions. Cam Hayward Texans. Derek Sherrod is to the Jets. Bengals take Corey Liggett or Luggett. Danny Watkins Packers. Eagles take James Carpenter. Patriots take Jonathan Baldwin. Phil Taylor to the Colts. Andy Dalton to the Cowboys. A few years too early. Akeem Ayers to the Jaguars, and the Bears take Jabal Sheard. So that is the first round. Crazy selections here. The Saints got something cooking there. I'm a little bit curious to see what they're going to be doing, but that is going to do it for the draft. Let's simulate the NFL draft recap and see who gets taken later. So round 2 starts off with Mark Ingram headed to Buffalo. Razai Dowling goes to New Orleans. Muhammad Wilkerson to the Browns. Brooks Reed to the Cardinals. Kyle Rudolph to the Rams. We got Orlando Franklin to the Ravens. Daquan Bowers to the Seahawks. Rodney Hudson football team. Who else is down here? Randall Cobb to the Eagles. Justin Houston to the Patriots. That's a big one. DeMarco Murray ends up still with the Cowboys. That's pretty cool. As for the third round, we got Jarrell Casey to the Saints. Colin Kaepernick headed to Cleveland. Stephen Ridley to the Cardinals. Mason Foster to the Rams. We've got Ryan Mallett to the football team. We've got, who else is down here? Quentin Carter to the Patriots, Greg Little, Colts. Sion Fua to the Bills. Mikel Shore to the Raiders, who is the discount, the discount Marshawn Lynch. Don't argue with that. Just look at him. He's the discount Marshawn Lynch. Then we got, who else? Casey Matthews to the Titans. Julius Thomas to the Panthers. We've got TJ Yates to the Chargers. Richard Sherman in the 4th round to the Lions. Big pickup by them. Buster Screen to the Patriots. Dion Lewis to the Bears. In the 5th round, we got Byron Maxwell to the Cardinals. Tyrod Taylor. Actually, it's Tyrod, I think is how you want to pronounce it. Nobody cares. To the Chiefs. Jason Kelsey to the Panthers. Brian Roll in the 5th round. Okay. To the football team. Then you got Ricky Stanzi, baby. Who doesn't love a good Ricky Stanzi? He's on the Lions now. Chimdi Chikwa to the Eagles. and Cortez Allen to the Bears. Into the 6th round, Malcolm Smith goes to the Rams. You've got Terrell Pryor getting drafted to the Falcons. Good for him. Then we're moving down further into the round. Doug Baldwin to the Packers. Mario Addison to the Eagles. Niles Paul to the Bears. Then the 7th and final round, Chris Harris Jr. to the Titans. That's a pretty big pickup for the Titans there. Late pickup. Nice steal of a draft pick. And nobody else really of importance in this draft. Huge draft picks. Let's get to the 2011 season and see who's going to win the Super Bowl. All right, we're here week 1 of the 2011 season. The Titans are ready to make a run to the playoffs. They still have Peyton Manning, I'm pretty sure, right? They did sign Troy Polamalu, Tony Gonzalez, and Champ Bailey in free agency. Okay. Peyton Manning, Kevin Williams, Olin Kreutz, Sebastian Janikowski's here for some reason now. What is going on in Tennessee? They signed everybody. Who's on what team? Aaron Rodgers is on the Vikings now. Seymour and Brady's still on the Patriots. Chris Jenkins is now the 3rd highest rated player at 94 overall. Asante Samuel's still on the Patriots at 93. Michael Vick went from the Eagles to the Ravens. He's there now. LaDainian Tomlinson signed by the Colts. Drew Brees still on the Jaguars. Who else is here? Antonio Gates on the Browns. Julius Peppers on the Saints. Let's take a look at the Saints, because the Saints have something brewing. They might be Super Bowl contenders here. They've got Julius Peppers, Chris Samuels, Von Miller, Jarrell Casey, Geno Atkins, Sam Bradford. All right, so they're a few years away. They're a few years away. They've got some good pieces, some good young pieces to build around, along with Rolando McClain at linebacker as well, whatever position he's playing. He's playing middle linebacker. Okay, so they got Von Miller and Rolando McClain, and McClain just won all those awards last year. So they're a few years away, but they've got some talent there in New Orleans. So let's simulate to the postseason, see what can happen. Will the Titans be in the playoffs? I bet they will with all those 80+ overalls. So let's find out. So we are here in the 2011 playoffs. As you can see, the Titans did make the playoffs at 12-4, but we are only on wild card weekend. So that begs the question, how good was the AFC this year? We are the 5th seed at 12-4. We didn't even win our division. That's crazy. The Texans won the division and are the 2 seed. Unbelievable. The Patriots once again are the 1 seed, and the Vikings are the 1 seed over on the NFC side. The rest of the teams in the AFC, Texans, Bengals, Broncos, Titans, Colts, and Jets. And then over the NFC side, Niners, Saints, Giants, Bears, Falcons, and Cardinals. So the Bears are back again trying to go for a 4-peat in this simulation. That would be absolutely crazy. But let's quickly check and see who was so good in the AFC. So the Patriots, the Texans, and the Titans. So it wasn't as stacked as I thought. I guess just because the Texans won the division makes us the 5 seed, because the rest of the teams had to win their division to be ahead of us. So it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. But the Patriots, once again, that's back-to-back 14-2 records. And let's simulate week number 1 of the playoffs, the wild card weekend. Will the Titans advance, or will they lose to Denver? Who knows? They lost to Denver in the wild card. The upset from, or not the upset, they were the higher seed. The Texans beat the Jets, the Bengals beat the Colts, and the Broncos beat the Titans. So all the higher seeds win this year. It'll be a Patriots, Broncos, Texans, Bengals AFC division round. Over on the NFC side, the Niners beat the Cardinals, the Saints beat the Falcons, and the Bears beat the Giants. So the Bears are still alive. The Vikings will play the Bears, and the Niners will play the Saints over on the NFC side. The Bears still have a chance, but can they get by the Vikings? I don't know. Moving on to the NFC Championship, AFC Championship. We got Championship Sunday on its way. Who is going to be there? It'll be the Patriots and the Texans. The Patriots blew out the Broncos, and the Texans squeaked by the Bengals. So it's a 1 versus 2 on the AFC side, and the Bears have done it again. They are in the NFC Championship for the 4th straight year. The Niners beat the Saints, and the Vikings lose by 3 to the 5th seeded Bears. The number 1 seed falls. Can the Bears make a magical run and make 4 Super Bowl appearances? I don't know. I don't know if I want them to. It's gonna be crazy. Let's see what happens. They lose. They lose in the NFC Championship to the Niners. by 7, and the Patriots have taken over the AFC with their 3rd appearance in 4 years in the Super Bowl. It's a 1 versus 2, much more appealing than a 6 versus a 7 like it was last year. The Niners and the Patriots, the Bears so close but so far from a 4-peat. Unbelievable. Now to the Pro Bowl for 2011. Rodgers and Manning are QB number 1. Tim Tebow makes the Pro Bowl. He must have got some sort of playing time for Eli Manning. He makes the Pro Bowl as the 3rd quarterback on the Texans. Then you've got DeMarco Murray, CJ Spiller. We've got no really good wide receivers. Antonio Brown does make it for his 1st year, or for his 2nd year, I should say. Steve Smith is there as well. Percy Harvin. Tony Gonzalez makes it. Trent Williams makes it. Nick Mangold, LaCharles Bentley, Donald Penn, Jordan Gross, Jabal Sheard, Cam Jordan, and Ndamukong Suh, Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Richard Sherman in his rookie year makes it to the Pro Bowl, Shane Leckler. Pretty good Pro Bowl teams. Donovan McNabb was there as well. Let's check out some of the awards for the year. We've got yearly awards on its way. Tom Brady, back-to-back league MVP for Mr. TB12. Then you got Mike Tice winning Coach of the Year for the Vikings. Brady wins Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Koa-Misi, Defensive Player of the Year. Colin Kaepernick, Offensive Rookie of the Year, outpassing Cam Newton. Crazy. Bruce Carter wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tom Brady wins Best QB. Mike Tolbert wins Best Running Back, Best Wide Receiver. Mike Williams, Logan Makins, Lineman. Brandon Graham, D Lineman. DeAndre Levy, Linebacker. Kevin Barnes, DB. And Adam Vinatieri, Best Kicker. Over on the NFC side, McNabb is the Player of the Year. Brian Urlacher, Defensive Player of the Year. Christian Ponder is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Look at some of these names. Christian Ponder, Blaine Gabbert, Jake Locker, Ryan Mallett. Those are your 4 best rookie quarterbacks in the NFC this year. All of them, well, I shouldn't say that because Blaine Gabbert's still on a team. I think he's on Tampa Bay. But all of them out of the league, basically. Jonas Mooten is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. Von Miller finishes in 6th. Didn't have that great of a year. Best QB is Aaron Rodgers. Amon Green, running back. Brandon Tate, wide receiver. Chris Samuels, offensive lineman. Defensive lineman is Ndamukong Suh. Linebacker is Brian Urlacher. And Brian Urlacher is linebacker. Kerry Williams is DB. And Travis Dorsch is the best kicker. Those are your awards. Check out some stats on the year before we simulate the Super Bowl. Tom Brady once again leads the league in passing yards, ever so close to 5,000 with 4,900, 47 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Oh my God, Tom Brady, that's outrageous. That is disgusting that he put up those kind of numbers. No wonder he won back-to-back MVPs. Then he got Mark Sanchez with 36 touchdowns, 14 picks. Cam Newton out here with 4,500 in his rookie year, 31 and 11. Don McNabb, Christian Ponder. Where's Colin Kaepernick? How did he beat Cam? He must have had more rushes than Cam did. I'm not really sure. Speaking of rushing, Amon Green with 1,057 and 9 touchdowns. CJ Spiller had 5 touchdowns. CJ 2K, 5 rushing touchdowns as well. Matt Forte, 7. Who led the league? Mike Tolbert, a fullback. We had 3 fullbacks lead the league in touchdowns. Mike Tolbert, Jed Collins, and Toby Gerhart are the leaders in the touchdowns. Then Beanie Wells with 10. Good job, Beanie Wells. And Mike Tolbert almost had 1,000 yards as well. I think he had 924. David Terrell, 1,400 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 15 touchdowns. That's crazy. Percy Harvin had 1,300 as well. Mike Williams, 15 touchdowns, we said. Ben Watson, 14. Jacoby Ford, 13. Crazy. Absolutely crazy stats, boys. On defense, who led tackles? Was it Donald Butler? It was Donald Butler with 151 tackles. Not as much as last year. The guy had 170-something, but still pretty good. Akeem Ayers had 141. Sack leader was Justin Houston, a rookie, at 11. He tied for it with Connor Barwin, Cam Jordan, and Von Miller. All had 11 as well. Interception leader, Koa-Misi, Kelvin Shepard, and Kerry Williams all shared it with 5. Interesting. 2 linebackers getting 5 interceptions on the year. That's pretty crazy. Then the kicking. Anybody perfect? Nobody was perfect. We had a couple guys that were almost perfect. What was the longest one? Sebastian Janikowski reclaims his throne with a 56-yarder from deep. Any kick returns or punt return touchdowns? Nope, nothing there. And nothing. Oh, wait, hold on. We did have one. Ryan Terrain got a punt return touchdown, so congratulations to him. But Tom Brady with 47-4. That's absolutely disgusting. Can he cap that season off with a Super Bowl trophy? He's not going up against Chicago, so he should be able to conquer the 49ers. I don't know if he will. Let's find out right here. The 2011-2012 Super Bowl is headed to New England for the first time in this save. Unbelievable. They just couldn't get past the Chicago Bears. They needed to play somebody else, and Richard Seymour is your MVP of the Super Bowl. That's crazy. They couldn't do it against Chicago 2 years in a row, and now they finally get a new team to play, and they can do it easily, 35-10. So the Patriots, the defending Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady, the defending two-time MVP. Let's see what happens in the NFL draft this year. Let's get it. We are here at the NFL draft. The 2012 NFL draft is upon us. Let's pause it. The Packers have the #1 pick, so we're getting good results here. The same team has not had the #1 pick back-to-back years. We've had different teams so far. Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin III. This is their draft class. We've also got some sneaky ones like Luke Kuechly, Stephon Gilmore. Some sneaky picks in here, so let's see what the Packers do. Will they take Andrew Luck? Will it be 3 for 3 on the first pick in real life is who gets taken here? So let's find out. It is 3 for 3. Andrew Luck is headed to Green Bay. They don't have Aaron Rodgers. He's in Minnesota. So Andrew Luck is the savior of Green Bay. The Detroit Lions take Matt Khalil. So instead of RG3, it is Matt Khalil. Robert Griffin goes 3rd to the Steelers. Interesting pick. Morris Claiborne to the Raiders. Ryan Tannehill still somehow ends up on the Dolphins. With the 5th pick, Ryan Tannehill still ends up in Miami. Unbelievable. Luke Kuechly heads to the football team. Stephon Gilmore to the Ravens. Fletcher Cox to the Jaguars. Dontari Poe to the Rams. Bruce Irvin to the Chiefs. Mark Barron Chargers. Drake Kirkpatrick Cowboys. Buccaneers Melvin Ingram. Panthers Quentin Coples. Michael Floyd Browns. Shea McClellan Eagles. Michael Brockers Bills. The Seahawks get Travis Frederick, or Terrence Frederick, excuse me. Travis Frederick's a different guy. Kelvin Beachum to the Giants. Justin Blackmon to the Jets. Whitney Merciless on the Cardinals now. Trevin Wade to the Colts. Falcons get Jordan White. Travian Robertson to the Titans. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who that is. Kashif Moore to the Broncos. Kobe Fleener to the Bengals. Doug Martin to the Saints. Mitchell Schwartz, Vikings. Bears take Derek Wolfe. Andre Brandt to the Texans. Niners get Trent Richardson. And the Patriots, the defending Super Bowl champions, take Brad Smelly, a 51 overall tight end from Alabama in the 1st round. That is the most Patriots pick I've ever seen in my life. His name is his overall. Unbelievable. Let's simulate to the end and see what happens. So starting off the 2nd round, the Packers followed up the Andrew Luck pick by getting him a weapon, or not a weapon, a safety blanket with Cordy Glenn. Then Alshon Jeffrey headed to the Raiders. Bobby Wagner in Baltimore now. Stephen Hill in Kansas City. We've got Ryan Broyles in Buffalo. We got Kelechi Osemele in New York with the Giants. Dwayne Allen headed to Tennessee. Ruben Randall to New Orleans. DeVere Posey to Minnesota. Another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. Donald Stevenson. So the Packers really going in to protect Andrew Luck here. 2 offensive linemen back-to-back rounds. Russell Wilson in the 3rd round to Detroit. Maybe the savior of the Lions. Demario Davis to the Dolphins. We've got Nick Foles headed to Tampa Bay. Akeem Hicks to the Eagles. Ty Hilton. Did I just really say Ty Hilton? What am I, casual? T.Y. Hilton to the Seahawks. I can't believe I said that. Lamar Miller to the Colts. Travis Benjamin to the Titans. Kirk Cousins to the Bengals. That's pretty cool. And Cody Sensabaugh to the Patriots. Then we got in the 4th round, Mohamed Sanu to the Steelers. We've got, who else is down here? Mike Daniels to the Chargers. Tahir Whitehead to the Seahawks. Josh Norman to the Jets. Who else? Patriots get Robert Turbin, which isn't a bad pick. George Iloka goes to the Niners. Then in the 5th round, Brandon Boykin to the Packers, Alfred Morris to the Steelers, Justin Bethel Dolphins, Chris Rainey Jaguars. Who else is here? Marvin Jones to the Eagles. That's an interesting pick in the 5th round. Nate Ebner to the Saints, Emmanuel Acho to the Vikings, and the Patriots get David DeCastro. Good pick. Chandler Jones 1 pick ahead of them to the Niners, so that sucks they couldn't get Chandler Jones. Kendall Wright to the Packers in the 6th round. Dante Hightower to the Lions. Harrison Smith to the Steelers. Unbelievable picks in the 6th round. Brandon Weeden, Smushy Face to the Raiders. So it kind of falls off there. You had decent picks here, and then Brandon Weeden. And then Courtney Upshaw to the football team. Brock Osweiler, or the Brockweiler, to the Jaguars. Kevin Zeitler to the Rams. Levante David, Chargers. Janoris Jenkins, Buccaneers. J.R. Sweezy to the Jets. The other Robert Griffin to the Browns. And Danny Trevathan to the Niners. On the 7th round, you have Jeremy Lane to the Dolphins. You've got Keyshawn Martin to the Chargers, originally a Patriots pick. You've got, who else? Anybody else of note? Not really. Case Keenum to the Texans. And Greg McCoy to the Patriots. So that wraps up the 2012 NFL Draft. Now let's go and wrap up the 2012 NFL season. We got to get to the Week 1 first. I'll catch you guys there. We are here in 2012 Week 1. We're flying through this part of the simulation. We started in 2010. We are headed to 2014. And we are in 2012, so we don't have that much more to go. But before we start, we got to check out some of the stuff around the league, see what's going on. So we've got Sean Taylor added to the squad. Anybody else added to the squad? Not that I can know, or not that I can tell. Michael Vick is now on the Patriots. What just happened, ladies and gentlemen? Tom Brady's also on the Patriots. What are we doing here? New England has Michael Vick, Richard Seymour, Tom Brady, and Asante Samuel, and Vince Wilfork, and Logan Mankins. I'm not on the Patriots roster, ladies and gentlemen. I am on the NFL. And the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the league all reside in New England. What is happening in New England? I swear, I promise you, I had nothing to do with this. This is the face of somebody who is shocked to see what just happened. So the Patriots have Michael Vick and Tom Brady, and Michael Vick is a higher overall, so he will start for the Patriots over the 2-time defending MVP and current Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl champion, Tom Brady. They also have Rashad Mendenhall. Their wide receivers aren't the greatest, but they'll have to do. Tight ends aren't the greatest either. They have a very good offensive line, at least the left side of it. Richard Seymour, Vince Wilfork, DeQuell Jackson, who they drafted. They've got Asante Samuel and Buster Screen. This team is good enough to go back to the Super Bowl. I just can't believe that they have both Michael Vick and Tom Brady. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely unreal. The top 6 guys in the league all play for New England. Then you got Troy Polamalu, Drew Brees on the Falcons. I feel like he's just jumping back and forth, or jumping between teams. Ed Reed still on the Bengals. Dwight Freeney's on the Steelers. Jeremy Shockey's on the Bears. Jason Witten on the Jaguars. Julius Peppers still on the Saints. Justin Smith is in Green Bay. Larry Fitzgerald got signed by the Panthers. Who's in? Is anybody in free agency? Are there still guys in free agency? There are still huge names in free agency. We've got Calvin Johnson Jr. Megatron's in free agency. Unbelievable. I can't have this. I can't have this. Hold on. No. We're signing him back up in the Lions. We can't have Megatron in free agency. Unreal. No. Wait. I draw the line. I draw the line with Calvin Johnson in free agency. I'm sorry. I gotta override it. He's going to the Lions. He's gotta be there. That's the only one that I really feel that strongly about. He's gotta be in Detroit. All right, so the Titans are the team that we've been following, but I kind of want to let's follow the Lions. Who's their quarterback? Who is the Lions quarterback here? They have Matt Stafford at a 50. Oh, I was gonna say at a 50 overall for some reason. I was looking at morale. He is a 76 overall. So let's follow the Lions this year. See what happens. I'll see you guys in the playoffs. We are at the end of the 2013 season, and the Lions made the playoffs. The Lions made the playoffs against the Saints at 8-8. Let's check out the bracket here. The Patriots, once again, for like the 5th straight year, are the #1 overall seed. They've been the #1 overall seed every year of this video simulation. And I think they were the #1 seed in the final year of last episode simulation. The Vikings, once again, are the #1 seed. On the AFC side, you got the Ravens, Texans, Chiefs, Jets, Titans, and Steelers. On the NFC side, you got the Saints, Giants, Niners, Packers, Bears, and Lions. So those are your matchups and seeds in the playoffs. Let's go find out who's playing on divisional weekend of the playoffs. Will it be the Lions? I have no idea. No, they lose to the Saints. Patriots will play the Steelers. Jets will play the Titans. So the 3-seeded Texans get upset by the Titans. Over on the NFC side, the Bears, once again, the Bears are the craziest team I've seen in this simulation. They once again are headed to the divisional round to play the Vikings. The Saints and the Packers will play as well. So those are your divisional matchups. Who's headed to championship weekend? Let's find out here. I have no idea who is headed to championship weekend. I kind of hope it's the Patriots because they have such a dominant team. Let's find out who it is. The Patriots are upset by the 7 seed. Unbelievable. The team with Tom Brady and Michael Vick. They can't seem to figure it out, and they lose in the division round to the Steelers. It will be a Jets-Steelers AFC Championship game, and the Bears lost in the divisional round as well. So many crazy things happening. It'll be a Vikings-Packers NFC Championship game, so we will be guaranteed a new Super Bowl matchup and a new Super Bowl champion. So let's go find out who's going to be winning on championship weekend and headed to the Super Bowl. I have no idea who is going to be. The Packers and the Steelers, the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers are headed to the Super Bowl, so it's a 7 versus 5 matchup. The #1 seeded Vikings get upset big time by the Packers, 31-17. Who is on this Packers team? Hold on. Who is on oh, this is the Andrew Luck team. Andrew Luck is going to the Super Bowl in his rookie season. Whoa. That is crazy. Against the Steelers. So let's check out the Pro Bowl real quick. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Big Ben are all the quarterbacks for the AFC. Rodgers made it for the NFC. We've got DeMarco Murray there as a running back. We've got Jordy Nelson, it looks like. Alshon Jeffrey. We've got Jeremy Shockey, Greg Olsen, Tony Gonzalez, Tyron Smith, Logan Mankins, Marquise Pouncey. I'm assuming that might be Mike Pouncey. Jahari Evans, Jordan Gross, J.J. Watt, Richard Seymour, Ndamukong Suh, Kyle Williams, Von Miller. Big names making the Pro Bowl this year. Buster Screen makes it. George Iloka made it. All right, so some very, very big names making it to the Pro Bowl this year, but we don't care about that because we've got one thing on our mind. Can Andrew Luck in his rookie season win a Lombardi trophy? That would be absolutely wild. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are they gonna do it? I don't know. I kind of want them to. They lose. The Pittsburgh Steelers are your Super Bowl champions. Let's go check out the awards. Oh, the Steelers have RG3. It was Luck versus RG. I just read the little news thing and I saw it was RG3 on the Steelers. I completely forgot about that. That's so crazy that it was Andrew Luck versus RG3 in the Super Bowl that year. That's absolutely crazy. Peyton Manning leads the NFL in passing yards with 4,900, 49 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Then you got Jason Campbell on the Bears, Andrew Luck on the Packers, Cam Newton, Mark Sanchez, and Tim Tebow in his first official year starting, I'm assuming, had 4,000 passing yards, 39 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. What's his rating is now a 60. All right. So Brady really fell off because he didn't even play. How did Michael Vick do? Where did Michael Vick fall here? Brady got 3,800. Where did Michael Vick get? Did Michael Vick even play? Michael Vick did not even play, even though he was the higher rated player. I thought for sure they would have him play. LaShawn McCoy leads everybody with 1,100 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. Sean Green on the Patriots had 11 rushing touchdowns. Doug Martin had 10, along with Glenn Coffey, Lamar Miller, and LaMichael James. Receiving, Titus Young had 1,500 receiving yards and 19 touchdowns. That's crazy. By far the best. James Casey had the second most touchdowns. Wild scenes, ladies and gentlemen, wild scenes. Jason Phillips, 140 tackles, leads everybody. Dontari Poe had 23 tackles for loss. 10.5 sacks for Aldon Smith is the best in the league. 10 for J.J. Watt, excuse me. Had a hiccup there. Justin Houston had 8.5. Dante Whitner and Clay Matthews lead the league in interceptions with 6. Absolutely wild, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Tucker was the best kicker, it looks like. The most efficient was Paul Ernster. Who had the longest was Justin Tucker and Dan Carpenter. Both had a 55-yarder. Wild scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Wild scenes in the NFL in 2012-2013. This is absolutely crazy. But let's check out the awards before we simulate. Peyton Manning won the MVP this year. Tim Tebow finished in 3rd. Tim Tebow, a 59 overall, technically with 60 with the morale boost. Finished in 3rd in the MVP voting. Coach of the Year is Mike Tice. Peyton Manning is the Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Lavonte David. Rookie of the Year is Super Bowl champion Robert Griffin. Lavonte David is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Peyton Manning, Best Quarterback. Rashad Mendenhall, Best Running Back. Wide Receiver, Titus Young. Offensive Line, and Logan Mankins. Cameron Jordan, D-Line. Sean Lee, Linebacker. Myron Lewis is DB, and Sebastian Janikowski is Kicker. On the NFC side, Andrew Luck, Player of the Year. DPOY is Clay Matthews. Andrew Luck, Rookie of the Year. Luke Kuechly, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sam Bradford, Quarterback. Doug Martin, Running Back. Dexter McCluster, Wide Receiver. Davin Joseph, Lineman. Connor Barwin, D-Lineman. Clay Matthews, Linebacker. Dante Whitner, Cowboys. Paul Ernster, Kicker. So those are your awards for the 2012-2013 season. Let's get to the 2013 draft. It's not the greatest draft, but it's still a draft that we have to get through. So let's do it now. So we finally had some free agent signings. I think I know what I made a mistake on. I had all of my user coaches as manual on the settings. So I went in and I changed everything to auto, so I don't have control of anything. And now we finally have some signings here. Tom Brady got upset. He got fed up with the Patriots, saying that we want both you and Michael Vick on the squad. He said, nah, I don't want none of that. I'm headed to Indianapolis, staying in the AFC. He is now on the Colts. Then we got Terrell Suggs on the football team. Antonio Gates is headed to Philadelphia. Dwight Freeney's headed to San Francisco. Justin Smith, Denver. LaDainian Tomlinson, Cardinals. Darrelle Revis also headed to the football team. Joe Thomas is headed to Miami. Some crazy signings in the NFL here. Chris Johnson headed to the Super Bowl champions. Marshawn Lynch back with the Seahawks. Okay. Some crazy things happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 2013 NFL Draft. Who has the first pick? I do not know. I do not have control for some reason because I am not Jeff Fisher. I need to go back to Jeff Fisher real quick so I can be the commissioner, so I can simulate. The Raiders had the first pick, but as you guys know, the draft class is not the greatest this year. It's got Eric Fisher, Luke Jokel, Dion Jordan. Not the best one. Let's simulate who's going to be the first overall pick. Will it be Luke Jokel again like it was in real life?
The Rams are now
No! It's Dion Jordan, who was the 3rd pick in real life, is now the first pick here. Lane Johnson is 2 to the Rams. 3 is Ziggy Ansah to the Buccaneers.
The Seahawks
Cowboys take Eric Fisher. Luke Jokel headed to Seattle to block for Marshawn Lynch. Chance Warmack to the Chargers.
Jaguars
Jonathan Cooper to the Falcons. Barkevius Mingo to the Jaguars. DJ Floker, Colts.
are now on the clock.
Sheldon Richardson football team. EJ Manuel to the Broncos. Justin Pugh to the Bengals. DJ Hayden, Panthers. Kyle Long, Cardinals. Desmond Trufant, Eagles. Tyler Eifert, Dolphins. Eric Reed, Bills. Xavier Rhodes, Browns.
Chiefs
D. Milner, Lions. DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs. That's a big one. Kenny Vaccaro, 49ers. Star Latulle to the Giants. Travis Frederick to the Texans. Ravens get Tavon Austin. Titans get Sylvester Williams. Matt Elam to the Saints. Bears get Datone Jones, excuse me. Justin Hunter to the Patriots.
Vikings are now on
Darius Slay to the Jets. Vikings get Alec Ogletree. Packers get Manti Te'o and his fake girlfriend. And the Super Bowl champions get Tank Carradine. All right, let's simulate to the end of the draft to go to the recap and see what happened around the rest of the draft. So to start off the season, or to start off the second round, Zach Ertz goes to the Raiders, Cordell Patterson to the Rams, Robert Woods to the Buccaneers, Kawan Short to the Seahawks, Le'Veon Bell to the Falcons, Jamie Collins to the Broncos, Gio Bernard back to the Bengals. That's funny. We got Kevin Minter to the Bills, DJ Swearinger to the Browns, Monty Ball to the Lions, Travis Kelce to the 49ers, Eddie Lacy to the Ravens, Tyrann Mathieu to the Bears, Vance McDonald to the to the Patriots. They needed another tight end. And TJ McDonald to the Packers. In the third round, Keenan Allen to the Raiders. The Raiders are dominating right now. Geno Smith, Rams, Teron Armstead, Buccaneers, Mike Glennon to the Chargers, Jordan Reed back to the football team. Who else is here? Matt Barkley to the Niners, Logan Ryan to the Texans, David Bakhtiari to the Saints, Alex Okafor Patriots, and Marcus Wheaton Steelers, which I think where he really went, I don't really know. Demontre Moore to the Raiders, BW Webb to the Seahawks, JC Treader Falcons, Marcus Lattimore football team, Kyle Juszczyk Broncos, Stedman Bailey Cardinals, Kenny Stills Dolphins. Who else is here? There's got to be some other guys late in the rounds. William Golston to the Packers. John Simon to the Rams. That's a good one. Latavius Murray to the Cowboys. Micah Hyde to the Falcons. Who else is here? There's got to be more guys. Come on. Landry Jones to the Giants. Nobody really. Joseph Randall, I guess, to the Vikings. Spencer Ware to the Raiders. We're into the 6th round now. A lot of the lower rated guys, obviously. Adam Thielen to the Texans. That's a huge pickup for the Texans. Nice steal of a draft pick there. Into the final round, Bakari Rambo to the Seahawks, Rex Burkhead to the Falcons, AJ Bouye to the Jaguars. That's cool. Who else? Amani Bryant to the Dolphins. Anybody? Nickel Roby-Coleman to the Titans. Jordan Poyer to the Patriots. That's a huge pickup. And that's it for the draft. The 2013 draft is come and gone. Now it's time to simulate the 2013 season. We've got one more season after this, but let's get to week number 1. All right, so I figured out that was the problem, like we talked about in free agency recap. So now all the free agents have been signed, all the good ones at least. We're back to normal now. So let's take a look around the league to start 2013-2014. The Titans still have a pretty decent squad. Peyton Manning's getting a little bit older. They might need to look at a new quarterback this year. As the NFL, Michael Vick still the leader in the clubhouse at 98 overall. Still Richard Seymour 95. Tom Brady now on the Colts, like we talked about, the huge shocker, 92 overall. Vince Wilfork's still there. David Stewart's on the Bengals. Who else is here? Drew Brees on the Falcons. Dez Bryant and Dwayne Bowe, both 86 overall on the Bengals. Who's the Bengals quarterback? We got to check and see who the Bengals quarterback is. It is Matt Flynn. So he's got weapons like Noshawn Moreno and Dwayne. They only have 3 wide receivers, though. He's got 2 weapons. The Bengals are going to struggle. I don't know why they only have 3 wide receivers, but it is what it is. Bengals are out here. Crazy, crazy scenes. Jay Cutler's now backing up Michael Vick in New England. Unreal scenes in the NFL this year, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what happens in the 2013-2014 season. Will the Patriots still be good? Will the Colts be good now because Tom Brady's there? I don't know. Let's find out. We make it to the 2013 playoffs, 2013-2014 playoffs, and the Titans made the playoffs, so that's good for them. Let's check out the playoff bracket. The Patriots are still kings of the AFC, even without Tom Brady, and the Colts did not make the playoffs with Tom Brady at the helm. Unreal. Patriots are 1, Broncos 2, Ravens, Titans, Raiders, Chargers, and Bengals round out the AFC. Then you got the Panthers on the NFC side, Cowboys, Cardinals, Vikings, Saints, Seahawks, and Rams to round out the NFC. No Chicago Bears this year, so there's no threat of them getting back to the Super Bowl and having another Super Bowl in this series. They've already got 3 of them. The Patriots have 1, the Cowboys have 1, and who has another one? I can't remember. We'll wait till the season recap, but let's simulate and find out who's winning on Wild Card Weekend and who's going to play the Patriots and Michael Vick this year. It will be Titans 1. The Bengals upset the Broncos by 6. They play the Patriots. And the Titans beat the Raiders, Chargers beat the Ravens. So it's the Titans, Chargers, Patriots, Bengals divisional round in the AFC. And the Rams beat the Cowboys, so they play the Panthers. Cardinals and Saints will play on the other side of the NFC. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see who's going to Championship Sunday. Championship weekend, I should say. And it's going to be a Titans-Patriots playoff. Obviously, Titans-Patriots AFC Championship game and a Panthers-Cardinals Championship. A very low-scoring game between the Panthers and the Rams, but the Panthers got it done. So it's a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4 on Championship weekend. Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? Will the Patriots win another Super Bowl? They got bounced in the division round last year as the defending champions, and they beat the Colts. So it's a Patriots-Panthers Super Bowl, just like back in 2004. Unbelievable. 2 1 seeds. I think it's the first time we've had 2 1 seeds, at least in this video, 2 1 seeds win. 37-23. Michael Vick, is he better than Tom Brady? I don't know. It seems like it because he's gotten to a Super Bowl. Well, Brady did win a Super Bowl, but he also lost 2 to the Bears. So depends on who you think is better. EJ Manuel will be QB number 1 for the AFC. Good for him, I guess. All right, who else is here? Adrian Peterson. We've got really no good wide receivers. Percy Harvin's there. Todd Heap. We've got Joe Thomas, Nick Mangold, Michael Orr, Cam Hayward, Terrell Suggs, J.J. Watt, and Ndamukong Suh, Von Miller, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, Joey Porter, Sean Lee, Sean Merriman, Richard Sherman. NFC's got the advantage, in my opinion, I think. So let's get through the Pro Bowl and get ready for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, Patriots and Panthers. Will Michael Vick claim supremacy over Tom Brady by beating him in the Super Bowl? Let's find out right here. Who is it going to be? The Patriots by a big margin, 35-7. Michael Vick does the same thing that Brady did and brought the Patriots a Super Bowl in this simulation. So, all right. Down in the comments, you're going to have to pick who's better, Tom Brady or Michael Vick. They both have a Super Bowl, but Tom Brady has 2 losses also in the Super Bowl in this save. So it's your decision who's the best one. Cam Newton this season led everybody in passing yards with 4,600, 28 touchdowns, 13 picks, 30 touchdowns for Phillip Rivers. How did Brady do? 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 17 picks. Not horrible, but not like he's been doing on the Patriots. How did Michael Vick even do this season? They were the #1 seed. He didn't have to do a lot. 3,800 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. He didn't have to do that much, but crazy. Rashad Mendenhall led everybody with 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns. 12 for Shady McCoy. Reggie Bush had 11. Ryan Matthews 10, and 10 for Latavius Murray as well. Tavon Austin was your leader in receiving yards, which is just crazy. 1,400, 12 touchdowns. Percy Harvin had 15. That's crazy with 1,200 yards. Robert Woods coming into his own here in his young career. As for the defense, we had Najee Good lead tackling with 137. Bobby Wagner 136. Luke Kuechly 131. Sacks, Terrell Suggs led everybody with 16. And then that was just dominating. And then Von Miller with 12, 11.5 for Justin Houston. Clay Matthews at 11. Interception leaders are Brian Cushion and Chris Cook. So a linebacker again. Linebackers seem to be getting a lot of interceptions in these seasons. I don't know why, but Tahir Whitehead had 5 as well. Kicking, anybody went perfect this year? Josh Houston, or Huston, I guess, went perfect, 14 of 14. And Steven Gostkowski had a 56-yarder along with Sebastian Janikowski. That's a lot of names. 56 as well for him. Pat McAfee get the 55-yarder as a kicker for some reason. And 3 kick return. Hold on. Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Trent Richardson, for 1, is a kick returner. And 2, took back a 100-yard kick return for a touchdown. What? Okay, Gio Bernard also had 1, and LaMichael James had 1. Unreal scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy stuff happening here. Absolutely crazy stuff happening. Season recap. Michael Vick was the Super Bowl MVP. So to recap what's gone on. Cowboys have a Super Bowl. Then you have the Eagles have a Super Bowl. The Ravens, excuse me, have a Super Bowl. The Bears have three, excuse me. The Patriots have one, the Steelers have one, and the Patriots have another. So Bears have 3, Patriots have 2, everybody else has 1. So that's who's been dominating the league so far. But we have one more season to simulate. Are you guys excited? I am as well. Let's go check out free agency recap. League signings are here, and Richard Seymour has left the Patriots for the Steelers. Vince Wilfork has left the Patriots for the Chiefs. So the Patriots have won 2 Super Bowls now, and they are starting to fall off, at least on defense. Jay Cutler also joins Vince Wilfork in Kansas City. Asante Samuel left as well. Who are the Patriots signing? What's going on? The Broncos take Asante Samuel. The Patriots have got to sign somebody. I'm not seeing anybody. Tim Tebow's headed to the Cardinals. He said bye-bye to the Houston Texans and signs with the Cardinals. The Patriots didn't sign a single person. What happened in New England? They said, we want 2 Super Bowls and then we're done. Starting the NFL draft here, the 2014 NFL draft, the Philadelphia Eagles have the #1 pick. We know who's in this draft class: Jadeveon Clowney, Sammy Watkins, Khalil Mack, Mike Evans, Justin Gilbert, Anthony Barr, Odell Beckham Jr., Aaron Donald. Some big names in this draft class. Who's going #1 to the Philadelphia Eagles? Will it be Jadeveon Clowney like it was in real life? It will. So we had 1 year last year where Deion Jordan went instead of Luke Joeckel. But now we're back into the real stuff with Jadeveon Clowney. Who's going to go #2? Blake Bortles, #2 to the Jets. Good pick, Jets. Good pick. Khalil Mack to the Falcons. Mike Evans to the Steelers. Anthony Barr football team. Greg Robinson Colts. Odell Beckham Jr. Chiefs. Taylor Lewan Bills. Aaron Donald Chicago Bears. Ryan Shazier Lions. Jake Matthews Jaguars. Kyle Fuller Texans. Zach Martin 49ers. Buccaneers get CJ Mosley. Justin Gilbert Browns. Eric Ebron Packers. D Ford Dolphins. Brandon Cooks on the Giants now. Vikings get Jason Verrett. HaHa Clinton Dix to the Raiders. Deion Buchanan to the Seahawks. Jawan James Ravens. Bradley Roby Cowboys. Dominic Easley Broncos. And I hit the wrong thing here. There's still some pretty good guys available. Kelvin Benjamin to the Bengals. Xavier Su'a-Filo to the Rams. DeMarcus Lawrence Chargers. Jimmy Ward to the Saints. Marcus Smith to the Titans. Cardinals get Sammy Watkins. Panthers get Derek Carr. And the Patriots get Calvin Pryor. So that is your 2014 first round. Crazy scenes. We got to check out the Patriots roster. But first we got to check out draft recap and see what happened in the rest of the rounds. We pick up in the second round with Kyle Van Noy headed to Philadelphia, Joe Bitonio in Atlanta, Darqueze Dennard to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Paul Richardson to the football team, LaMarcus Joyner Colts, Jordan Matthews Bears, Tim Jernigan to the Jaguars, Devontae Adams to the Texans. Who else is here? Jack Mewhort to the Dolphins, Stephen Tuitt to the Giants, Coney Ealy to the Vikings, Jarvis Landry to the Seahawks, Carlos Hyde to the Ravens. Who else? Patriots get Jay Bromley. Then third round, Teddy Two Gloves to the Eagles. Jimmy Garoppolo to the Steelers. Holy mother of baby Jesus. Chris Watt to the Texans. Brandon Linder to the Buccaneers. Dante Moncrief to the Browns. Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel headed to the bright lights of New York. The Giants draft him. That's not a good thing for him. Christian Kirksey to the Seahawks, John Brown to the Cowboys, Devontae Freeman, Broncos, Lewis Nix to the Rams, Brandon Thomas to the Patriots, Martavis Bryant to the Eagles, Cassius Marsh to the football team, DeAnthony Thomas to the Colts, James White to the Bears, Brian Stork, one of the most stupid Patriots players of all time, to the Browns, Richard Rodgers to the Ravens, Brent Urban to the Patriots. That's a good pick. Vinny Sunseri to the Jets. CJ Fedorowicz to the Falcons. We're into the fifth round now. AJ McCarron to the Bills. Corey Linsley to the Giants. Giants had a pretty good draft so far. And Laurent Duvernay-Tardif to the Patriots. That's a huge pick. He's a doctor. Into the sixth round now. We've got Ricardo Allen to the Bills. We've got Quincy Enunwa to the Giants. I'm telling you, Giants gonna be here in a couple years. CB Bryant from Ohio State, big hitter, to the Chargers. That's cool. Will Smith to the Patriots. And the 7th and final round, we have Alan Hearns to the Jaguars. That's funny because that's where he went in real life. Shaquille Evans to the Vikings. Michael Sam to the Broncos. And Aaron Murray finishes out the draft. He's Mr. Irrelevant with the Patriots. All right, that is your draft. We have one more season to go in this video. Smash the like if you are excited and you are enjoying this simulation. Let's get to week number 1 and check out that Patriots roster. So Michael Vick is still on the Patriots, but like we saw in free agency recap, they lost Richard Seymour and Vince Wilfork. Des Bryant's still in Cincinnati. Brady's still in Indianapolis. Cincinnati's starting to come along here. In a few years, they could be really something. Let's check out this Patriots roster. They lost everybody. They still have Michael Vick, Logan Mankins, and Justin Houston, along with Rashad Mendenhall and D'Qwell Jackson. They're not the worst team. They lost. Oh, they still have DeBrickshaw. I didn't realize that. They're definitely, obviously, not as good as they were. They had like 490 overalls, but they're not that bad. They're probably not going to be the 1 seed anymore. But could they make the Super Bowl again? Maybe. If they really tried, I bet they could. But now it's time to simulate the final season of the video, the 2014 season. Let's get to it. We are here at the final playoffs of the video. The Titans do make it. They got to play the 11-5 Dolphins in the wild card. Let's check out. So the Patriots are not the 1 seed. But they're the 2 seed. I said they weren't going to be the 1 seed, but I said they still have a chance to make the Super Bowl. Obviously, because they're the 2 seed, they still have a chance. So Denver's 1, Patriots 2, Browns, Titans, Dolphins, Bills, and Chiefs round out the AFC side. On the NFC side, the Lions are the 1 seed with the Cowboys, Seahawks, Saints, football team, Giants, and Eagles. I told you the Saints were going to be sneaky in a couple years, and it looks like they're on their way. That is your playoff picture. Let's get to divisional round. See what happens. Who is going to play the Broncos? Will it be the Patriots? Will the Patriots play the Broncos? I don't think there's a possible way they can. They will play the Browns. They beat the Steelers, Browns beat the Bills, Titans beat the Dolphins. So it's a Broncos, Titans, Patriots, Browns, AFC divisional round. On the NFC side, Cowboys 1, Seahawks 1, and Saints 1. So it's a Lions, Saints, Cowboys, Seahawks round in the divisional. Who's going to play on championship weekend? Will it be the Titans? Will it be the Patriots? I don't know. I can't see how the Patriots would be able to win. The Broncos beat the Titans. It's going to be a 1 versus a 2. 35-28 is the score for the Patriots-Browns, and it's going to be a Cowboys-Saints NFC Championship. So maybe the Saints are nice this year. I don't know. It's a 1 versus a 2 and a 2 versus a 4 on championship weekend. Let's get to the Pro Bowl and find out who's going to be in the Pro Bowl first before we find out who's going to be in the Super Bowl. Actually, we will find out who's going to be in the Super Bowl here. Will it be the Patriots? They lose to Denver. Ah, darn you, Denver. We've had the battles in the past, the Peyton Manning Brady era. And the Saints, I predicted it. I predicted the Saints would be nice. They had a good draft a couple of years in a row, and now they've developed, and they are in the Super Bowl against the Broncos. Only 2-point victory for the Broncos against the Patriots. So let's check out the Pro Bowl rosters here. Mike Vick is the leader for the AFC side. Adrian Peterson's here as well. You've got AJ Green, Keenan Allen's there, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Adams, Antonio Gates, Rob Gronkowski, Logan Mankins, Pouncey, Osemele, Cam Hayward, Khalil Mack, Terrell Suggs, JJ Watt. This NFC defense is just crazy good. Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald's now in the mix. And Anthony Barr is here as well. Manti Te'o is good for some reason. Richard Sherman, Bradley Roby, Earl Thomas, Eric Weddle. Holy crap, that NFC team. If they had a better offense, they'd be winning every year. Unbelievable. But it's time to find out who is going to finish off this video as Super Bowl champions. We're guaranteed a new champion. Will it be Denver or will it be New Orleans? Let's find out right here. My pick is Denver because they're the 1 seed, so I'm assuming they're pretty good. Who's it gonna be? The Broncos are your Super Bowl champions to end the video. I figured they were gonna do it. let's check out some stats around the league. Eli Manning is now the quarterback here. Peyton Manning was just the quarterback in Tennessee. Now Eli's here. That's pretty weird. Mike Glennon is the leader in the clubhouse when it comes to passing yards. 4,700, 32 touchdowns, 17 picks. How did Brady do in his second year in Indianapolis? 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 19 picks. E.J. Manuel is the quarterback of the Broncos, and he led them to a Super Bowl, so good for him. Rashad Mendenhall still led everybody in rushing yards for the second straight year, 1,200, 11 touchdowns. Noshawn Moreno is not on the... What team was he? He was just on a team, wasn't he? Well, obviously he was just on a team, but what team was he on? I just read his name like a little bit ago. Oh, he was on the Broncos, or on the Bengals. He's been on the Bengals his entire time. I didn't realize that. All right, whatever. Not that many rushing 1,000-yard rushers this year. Crazy. Isaiah Peed leads everybody with 13 touchdowns, though. You do you, my guy. Percy Harvin has a championship now. He's a Super Bowl champion, and he's got 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. I'm assuming he had a huge playoff run if he's leading the league already. AJ Green with 1,500 yards. Titus Young once again with 15 touchdowns. I think he had to round that last year, too. Keenan Allen, 15. Percy Harvin, 14. Calvin Johnson, 11. Not even 1,000 yards. C.J. Mosley has taken over the best tackler in the NFL this year with 153. That's crazy. Sack leader is Terrell Suggs. I'm pretty sure he was sack leader last year too. Maybe I'm wrong about that. With 16.5. Ndamukong Suh 13.5. J.J. Watt 10. We're starting to get the usual suspects up here with the amount of sack leaders. Interceptions. Demario Davis. I tell you something about linebackers getting a ton of interceptions. 6 for Demario Davis. Thomas DeCoud had 5, along with Asante Samuel and Josh Norman 4. Unreal with the linebackers. Pat McAfee had 17 of 18, 94% field goal percentage, and a 55-yarder, which is tied for the best with Dan Carpenter and Gostowski for the longest. We had the punter situation. Whoa, 4 kick return touchdowns this year. Michael LaShore, discount Marshawn Lynch, Tommy Streeter, Stephen Ridley, and Ronnie Hillman all had a kick return touchdown. Wild. Trent Richardson didn't get one this year, but he did get some punt returns, so that's pretty cool. Mike Glennon is your leader in the clubhouse for passing yards. Mike Vick wins MVP. He says, Brady, I'm going to one-up you. I'm going to win a Super Bowl and an MVP just like you did. So he does that. He's got to win 2 MVPs because Brady won 2 in the Patriots as well in this simulation. Mike Shanahan is the coach of the year, you would assume, because he won the Super Bowl and they had a good year. Michael Vick is Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Kevin Minter. Blake Bortles, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Corey Nelson, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best quarterback is Michael Vick. Rashad Mendenhall, running back. Titus Young, wide receiver. Logan Mankins is lineman. Fletcher Cox, D lineman. Linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Asante Samuel, DB. Kicker, Blair Walsh. On the NFC side of things, Sam Bradford coming to his own. Only a 70 overall, but he had a good season, I guess. He's Offensive Player of the Year. D'Amico Ryans, Defensive Player of the Year. Derek Carr, Rookie. C.J. Mosley, Defensive Rookie. Blaine Gabbert, for some reason, is Best Quarterback. All right, Doug Martin is the running back. Best wide receiver, Brandon Cooks. Josh Sitton is Offensive Lineman. Terrell Suggs, D lineman. Koamisi, linebacker. DB is Thomas DeCoud, and Pat McAfee and Cairo Santos, the only 2 kickers eligible in the NFC, and Pat McAfee won it. So congratulations to him. That will do it, ladies and gentlemen. I will simulate to free agency recap, and that's where we will pick up in the next episode. Next episode is going to be our final one. We only have 3 parts in this because we're only going from 2005 to 2021. So in next episode, we will go from 2015... right? 2015 to 2021. So it'll be 6 years in the next episode. But that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you did enjoy and you're enjoying this whole little mini-series thing where we reset the NFL to 2005 and re-simulate history. I know I'm excited because it's getting crazy now. So it's going to get even crazier in the more modern years as we get further on in this little mini-series. So make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.